Numerous studies and reports show that Islam is growing rapidly in unexpected places all over the world.
Growing numbers of young Australian men and women who are converting to Islam.
One of the world's largest religions is gaining followers from a very unlikely community. A growing number of Hispanics are changing their religion and following the teachings of Islam.
The number of converted Muslims in Norway increased to at least 3,000.
Well, one of those places is Japan. Yes, Islam is currently experiencing incredible growth in Japanese society.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah.
Ashhadu
Allah
ilaha illallah
Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
In fact, the first tangible proof of the presence of Islam in Japan comes from Ibn Khordadbeh, a Persian cartographer who, along with other Muslim preachers from Asia, tried to teach Islam to the Japanese people. However, it was not until the late 19th century that Japan began to have a notable Islam influence. It all started with the translation of the biography of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam into Japanese, following the arrival of a group of Indonesians who served aboard British and Dutch ships. Despite this, there had never been a prominent figure or movement working to spread Islamic teachings to the locals. In the 20th century, Islam began to grow in Japan, as there was an influx of Muslim immigrants coming to the country. Following a boom in Japan's economy, they started to integrate with the locals, and the government gradually tried to accommodate such a growing community. However, the number of Japanese converts has increased significantly in recent years, indicating the growing interest of Japanese people in Islam. As reported by a YouTube channel, Brent Tim, a Muslim from Uzbekistan who is a member of a mosque in Japan, said that every month about 20 Japanese people convert to Islam in his mosque.
Here in this mosque, more than 20 people convert to Islam every month, and 90% of them are Japanese.
Now let me present to you some statistics and recent events that best describe the growth of Islam in Japan. The first mosque in Japan was built in 1935 in Kobe. This mosque, which still stands today, was built by the Muslim community of Kobe with the help of Turkey. Statistics show that between 1935 and 1990, Japan had only 4 mosques. According to a study by Hirofumi Tanada, Professor Emeritus of Sociology at Waseda University in Tokyo, in 2019, Japan had around 230,000 Muslims, a significant increase considering Muslims were only around 100,000 in 2009. He says that in March 2001, there were 113 mosques recorded throughout Japan, another significant increase compared to the 15 mosques which were recorded in 1999. Mosques are not only increasing in number, they are also becoming very active community centers. These are not only places of worship, they are also places where relations between Japanese Muslims and non-Muslims are strengthened. Hirofumi Okai, a professor of sociology at Sangyo University in Kyoto, who is interested in Islamic culture, says, "Before, we Japanese did not know about Muslims. Now they are our neighbors and our colleagues. Therefore, we need to think about how to live with them in a multicultural society." As one of the few Asian countries that has experienced an economic boom and incredible development in all sectors, Japan is known as a country that grants equal rights to all its citizens, regardless of their beliefs. Although the Japanese people are predominantly Shinto, the society has generally welcomed Islam with open hands. Many places offer halal food and accommodation, and Muslims can practice their religion publicly without worry. In fact, Islam continues to develop in Japan thanks to men and women who, after discovering the beauty of Islam, decided to dedicate their lives to spreading the message of Allah to help other people discover it too. One of them is Sensei Sugimoto, a Japanese citizen who previously practiced no religion, then discovered Islam and followed it. After several years studying Islam, he took the initiative to translate the Holy Quran into Japanese in order to make Allah's message accessible to any Japanese wishing to understand it.
Here's the Holy Quran, the book that proves that God is unique and one.
Besides Sugimoto, many other figures play an important role in spreading the message of Islam in Japan. They are active in preaching and educating about Islam to their fellow Japanese. They give a huge contribution to the construction of mosques, Islamic schools, and other Muslim organizations. The development of Islam in Japan is not only about acceptance, but also about mutually enriching cultural exchange. Islamic festivals, art exhibitions, as well as intercultural events, are means used to strengthen the bonds of brotherhood between the Muslim and non-Muslim communities. May Allah strengthen the Japanese Muslims and give them the courage to stay firm on their faith and continue to spread the light of Islam to the whole society. Assalamu alaikum.